Hi Sagittarius, I hope you're well. This is your September reading, and I just want to say before we get into the cards that just before I press record on this, I just kept clearing my throat. It's like there's this feeling with your throat chakra going on at the moment where there's something that you want to say that you're not saying, or perhaps some truth that you feel like you need to get off your chest but you're not saying. There's this element of you needing to get something out and to say something, but you don't know how to say it, so it's just kind of stuck here. And I can feel it. I can feel it in my chest and my throat. And before we get into the cards, I just feel like you need to at least speak to somebody to get this. I mean, okay, even if you don't want to speak to somebody about what you want to get off your chest, just write it down. Make some time to say it out loud when you're alone, for instance. You know, it still has the same effect that when you speak your truth, even to yourself, it has power. And I just feel like there's something that you're not allowing yourself to feel or say. And now I've said that, my throat just feels a lot softer. So I really hope that resonates with you. So let's see what September messages I can give you today. Okay, so you've got the wish fulfillment card for September. So something that you're hoping and wishing for and praying for instance, is likely to come true this month. You know, the Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card in our emotional realm, so it's something that's very dear to us that we are really hoping that is going to come true, is likely to come true for you this month. You know, perhaps it's you know, a relationship healing, or the initiation of a new relationship. This could be a new chapter. Perhaps you've got something to celebrate. You know, some of you may be you know, getting engaged, for instance, or you know, making a commitment to have a child in the future. You know, this is a big wish. This is something that you have been longing for a long time, and I can feel it in my tummy as well as my heart. It's like this great joy that is deep, deep within you that I feel is just emerging this month. And you know, and whatever you're feeling a flicker in your heart about as I'm saying these words, it's likely to be that. You know, some of you guys at the time of watching this film, your wish may have already come true this September, so please let me know in the comments if it resonates with you and what wishes are coming true for you this month. I'd love to hear. So what else has September got in store for Sagittarius? Amazing. Both amazingly celebratory cards that are all about our wishes and our dreams coming true. You know, the Three of Cups is about an outward celebration of something that we love and that we adore. You know, this again can signify a proposal, getting married, announcing a pregnancy. You know, there's so many lovely things associated with the Three of Cups, because it's like an outward celebration. It's something that we're absolutely filled with joy about. So we want to stand on top of a mountain, just like the goddess of love here is in this tarot card. And we want to, you know, raise some glasses or make a nice cooked meal and celebrate our achievement of something that is very dear to us. So that is really exciting. It seems like your emotions are going to be a great source of joy for you this month. So let's see what your relationships and love have in store for you this September. Okay, so this card is usually associated with gossip. Yeah. As you can see, he's like blowing hot air in this card, and it's associates, you know, how it's associated with how a lot of us, we can be quite spiteful with our words sometimes, and sometimes we can say things that we don't mean and we are just blowing hot air. You know, this can sometimes mean that we are the the victim of being gossiped about, but usually this is about something that's emerging within us, that is, you know, bubbling to kind of, again, it's this throat chakra thing, because as I'm saying it, I can feel it in my throat. So there's something for you guys in your relationships where you're needing to talk about something and get something off your chest. And you know, I would recommend with this is to just be mindful of really taking the time to breathe before you speak sometimes, because I feel like some of you may regret some of the words that just come out just because you're reacting rather than responding. But the reason why we get this card is because really a new perception is being born within us, and I feel like this is what is happening for you guys. Like you're kind of testing out your new ideas about how you think and feel about things, and you know, it's a new perception that's happening, and it's like a new way of you thinking. And it's like, to get to that new stage, you've kind of got to test out a few things, and it's like you're testing the waters a little bit with you know, saying what you think and not really thinking about what it is that you're saying, it just blurting out, and then you'd be like, oh shit, why did I say that? I didn't mean it to sound like that type of vibe. So just be mindful of that in your relationships, that if you feel like reacting, just take a deep breath and think, okay, I'm going to respond like a bit calmer because I've taken a deep breath. So, you know, instead of saying, you know, you bloody idiot, you can be like, I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that, please. You know, there's one's a reaction, the other one's a response. You know what I mean. So what else can we expect in your relationship? So this is romantic, friendship and family, and also co-workers and etc. Interesting, considering this is about, I've asked about your relationships, and this is the card of independence. So I feel like some of you might be feeling a little bit misunderstood by certain people, and some of you may just be like, well, you know, fuck it, I'm just going to go out, I'm just going to do everything on my own, no one gives a shit. And I feel like some of you could be going down in a negative spiral because you're just telling yourself these porcupines and these lies that people don't care about you, and they do care about you. Actually, there's so many people that care and admire your strength and your tenacity to go at things alone, because this card represents independence, but a confident independence. You know, I feel like in your relationships this month, you may feel that you are amazing at doing what you do and have lots of reassurance from family, peers and friends that actually that they really admire you and you're doing amazing. And I feel like a lot of you are going to be experiencing this newfound confidence in your relationships and feeling like, actually, I do pretty well depending on myself. I don't depend on anybody for my emotional health, my mental health and my physical well-being. I take care of everything and I am sweet as ever. And that is a good feeling, because this card is about an unshakable, indomitable confidence that nobody can take away from us because we've built it up ourselves. So you, my love, are amazing, and you are likely to get some acknowledgement from people in your life telling you just that. Yes. So what could be your challenges this month? What could be your challenges this month? Okay, you could come off as being quite aloof and quite cold, because yeah, it's great that you can do things on your own and that you don't need anybody and that you're really capable, but actually it's nice to have people in our life to enjoy our time with, isn't it? And I think because of your fear of being hurt, you have the tendency to cut people off and kind of just put the wall up and just, you know, keep yourself locked away, and you can come across as quite aloof and quite cold this month. That could be a challenge, so you need to allow space for your feelings. And like I said earlier, you can journal about them if you don't want to talk to somebody about them. You know, just make time for your emotions this month. So what else can you expect that could be a challenge this month? Okay, so it's your confidence. So it could be a challenge for you to, I I feel like for some of you, this is manifesting as being worried about money and you stressing about a loss of income of some sort. But this card reflects a loss on the material plane. So this could be like, you know, we pick up less money, or we lose a client, for instance, or you know, this is just feeling a bit down. But what's underneath all that is a low sense of self-worth. So if you find yourself starting to contemplate and go down that negative spiral of I'm not good enough, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to achieve this, or whatever you're kind of telling yourself this month that is derogatory or negative self-talk, just take a deep breath and just bring your awareness to it, because it could be a challenge for you to kind of build yourself up this month if you're spending a lot of your time entertaining worries, for instance, and spending a lot of time just going over old hurts and old wounds. You're just really hurting yourself, and nobody's aware that you're doing that to yourself, only you. And you are responsible for your happiness and your unhappiness. You know, you can sit and just contemplate all that shit in your life, or you can contemplate what's good and what you can do about it, and you can, you know, share what it is you're feeling with friends, family, and or, you know, just the act of actually writing down your thoughts and feelings actually puts a distance between you and your so-called problems. I know it might just sound really simple, but to actually, like, it feels like you're getting it out of your being, and you're able to look at yourself from an objective view rather than a subjective view. So you have a wider expanse and perception of what it is that you're going through. So just be mindful that that could be a challenge this month, that you might start to just be tempted to get down on yourself for some reason, but try not to, because you've got so much that's going right. And the more you focus on what's going right, the more that will go right. You know, it's like energy flows where attention is. You know, so just be mindful of that. I'm such a positive person. I don't want to end on you feeling like that was negative, because, you know, don't forget you got the wish fulfillment card here, honey. The wish fulfillment card and the celebration. So you've got something amazing happening this month, and this new sense of confidence, but this feeling that you need to kind of get something off your chest as well, which will lead to a more balanced heart. But just be careful that you don't go in a negative spiral and start talking badly about yourself and having a low sense of self-worth. Remind yourself how great you are. And also, don't strive for so much perfection, because nobody's perfect, you know. And please make time for your emotions. As you can see here, she's just pouring the water as if it doesn't matter. And that's symbolic of emotions. It's like, don't treat your emotions like they don't matter, because you matter, like your feelings matter. And people who love you want to hear how you feel and want to be there for you because they love you. So hopefully that didn't feel like a lecture. I just feel like I really needed to say that to you. It's kind of like really reassure you that, like, everything's going to be fine, you know. Like, your dreams can come true this month, but you have to focus on what's good, you know, and count those blessings so you can get more. So you're getting an extra card. No, but none of the other star signs have got this extra card. So, but I feel like I'm going with my intuition here, because I feel like you need it. Okay, so work is likely to be going quite well for you in September, which I think should give you a boost of confidence. You know, you're like King Midas, which is who's depicted in this card here. You know, everything, he wished that everything be turned to gold that he touched so that he could be wealthy. His wish was granted. He was really rich. Everything he touched turned to gold, including his wife and the food he ate. You know, so just be mindful of that you're going to make a lot of money this month in September. You're going to be feeling really great about that, and you could perhaps, you know, some of you may experience a promotion or an increase in income. But the message of the King of Pentacles is to make sure that you make time for friends and family, because they are part of what abundant living is all about. So make sure that you seek out balance, that you spend as much time focusing on friends and family and your own well-being, as well as bringing all that money in. So I hope you enjoyed your September reading. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could like or comment, or even better, it'd be fabulous if you can subscribe to my channel. I'm a newbie here, so I appreciate all the support that I've received so far, and I just really appreciate you watching. I would love to hear any feedback, like what you thought of the reading and whether any of it resonated. And if you'd like to follow me, my social media links are below. Can't blame it on Mercury retrograde, my words are all muddled up. Yeah, and if you'd like a private reading with me, the details are below as well. And I'll see you all again next month. Lots of love. Love you all. Bye for now. Bye.